Welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm just getting ready, getting comfortable as always. Few admin messages. Remember, today is the last day to get into Content Creator Bond to get rewards. You can find the link and information pinned in the YouTube and Twitch as well, depending where you're watching, which platform you prefer. So today we will continue with what we started previously, which will be Continental Challenge. So I managed to fix a few things compared to yesterday, and basically I managed to cover those 3 bosses already. Obviously, you didn't see Jaffalia yet. I will show Jaffalia teams in a video. I managed to do it today, had spare time, and did few good rounds. Today, we're gonna keep going forward. There's only 6 days left until this content is available on the global servers, so we need to get ready. So that's the main agenda for today. Welcome, Rorgus. Welcome. Can you see my screen now? Yeah, you can. Good. So here we are with Alpha Nerzi today. Hopefully Rush as well. At least 2 bosses today will be good. So that leaves us with less to cover in the next days, as I won't be able to stream in the upcoming days. So hopefully we'll get as many covered as possible. So what's happening today? Alpha Nerzi allies attack speed is increased by 50%. So heroes that do benefit a lot from attack speed will be very useful here. So heroes like Shadow Team, Dauntless Team, those 2 come to my mind pretty much when it comes to this boss. On top of that, interestingly, each time an ally consumes energy, they gain a 30% damage bonus for 15 seconds, up to 3 stacks. So those who can consume energy. Now the question is, does shadow energy counts towards energy? Right? So that's what we're gonna find out today. And jumping in, I did prepare team already. This is a shadow team. I did put some inspirations, high ones, just to make sure we figure out how this boss works, and then we can reduce the inspirations to really see what this boss is all about. So that's the idea here. So this is a team. Sadly, if you look at this combination, this season, there's not really any good supports. So if we go here and press on supports, really, this team does struggle. And for this boss, we need someone who can dispel. The reason why we need someone who can dispel is because his skills, firstly, grant him defense up 2 for 10 seconds, and he cast it twice. So 60% defense is annoying. We want to avoid that. We want to do damage. So this is why we will bring heroes like Tamar. She has buff prohibition for 12 seconds if we add this talent, and it works quite well. On top of that, she has attack penalty, dispel, a buff, as well as basically dispelling damage through this when they gain a buff. There's a chance to do so. So very good hero. However, since we're using mostly necrosis, shadow heroes, getting this rotation to 18 seconds is quite hard. And we'll also try to find a place for Rook team. So far, not good results here. Right. Sorry, I got distracted there. So yeah, let's have a look what happens here. So my idea when it comes to this boss, this team is, since this hits 6 squares in the front of the boss, right? Anyway, we want to move our heroes around. So maybe even preferably, but I think she will possess him if Ozul is too far. So this is basically what we want to do. They will meet around here or even here, basically allowing us to mitigate that damage as the 6 squares will be free from the boss, right? We have a debuff immunity for Ozul because the boss applies attack penalty with his ultimate. And also we need resistance to mitigate that ultimate energy steal. That's quite important. We don't really want our supports, which would be Tamar and Torrent, to lose any energy. And as you can see, I've built them with resistance. I also gave them this resistance share, so they do get that. Obviously, we don't want attack penalty on heroes like Taldi, Ozul, or even Daphne. So that's why I built resistance. Obviously, Daphne is too far away to actually benefit from it. Same as Ozul, so I didn't build them with resistance, but Ozul gets debuff immunity from this. So that's the idea here. And attack speed does help a lot for this team. Rook is good. You just don't know how to play with Rook, Nicholas Thompson. All you need is Inspiration 5 Rook and Inspiration 5 team. That's all you need. Really easy, achievable for everyone. Yeah, so let's have a look how this plays out. So we should be looking for this buff that increases our damage bonus. Is it that one? We should have 10% stack where we use that energy to increase our damage. And yeah, okay, so we got 10% here. I think that's that, right? Is it a 10% per use? But yeah, it doesn't stack. Looks like it doesn't stack, really. Let's have a read at this skill again. But yeah, you can see I already did 200 million. 200 million was easy. And yes, being a Kraken helps. Yeah, Nicholas, obviously I was being sarcastic. Inspiration 5 is pretty much easy if you have a loaded credit card, right? So each time an ally consumes energy, they gain 30% damage bonus for 15 seconds up to 10 stacks. That is not happening. This is not happening during this fight. I mean, even if we look at our non-shadow heroes, right? So when Torrent uses that, he should be getting a 30% damage up bonus. I don't see that. Yeah, when they spend energy, 30% damage bonus. No, that's not happening. Yeah, Rook is for those who really have big wallets. Everyone else, yeah, Baldel plus what's common in season 3 for Ice Blast, that will be easier. So yeah, we're not getting these benefits. And weirdly enough, even here on the heroes that do use energy, they're not getting this damage bonus. That should be 30% damage bonus for 15 seconds. That's not happening, definitely. But yeah, anyway, going back to the boss, to the fight, as you can see, the only issue is the boss is really killing us through this. There is just no answer to that. Just too much damage. and we can't mitigate that, so our squishes are dead. But still, I mean, Inspiration 5, 250 million. These bosses, don't get me wrong, the bosses this season are so much harder. They are way harder, they do more damage compared to the previous season when it was so easy, right? So 251 with these inspirations. Let's remove these inspirations and see what happens. I'm gonna keep the inspiration on supports because, you know, they are achievable. Let's be honest. If we got Tauren for free, we got multiple chances through the season to get Tauren. I just don't want to press the button because then I'll forget. So yeah, I mean, yeah, well, we can do that. Although, no, not really. There is a reason why we can't really do that. I mean, we could in theory, but what we want is this extra skill haste to make this team work, right? And let's try this again. You got his artifact, only 5 more copies. So truth to be told, Rorgus, to get Rook to Inspiration 5 with exclusive artifact, you only need 2,100 dice. And that is achievable if you participate in my giveaways. And also, if you join Content Creator Bond Plus program, remember, today is the last day to do so. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow or in couple days, you will receive Heliolite dice in an email. So if you have not done so yet, go to the in-game events and use code Gorax1 with capital G to get into that mode. Oh, all right. That's another thing I need to highlight, guys. We need to ensure that Ozul is actually in the right place. If he is moved, if he jumps somewhere else, look what happens. We are getting hit by these 2 skills. Right? So we need to ensure that Ozul does not jump. And I wonder what's going to happen if we do that. He's going to the top, but who is she going to possess? Taldi. So that's not what we want. As you can see, she jumped to Taldi. So we can't really do that. And we don't want Ozul to jump to the back. I mean, what we can try instead is we can slow down Ozul, wait for everything to happen, and let's see what happens when we move him down there. That's safe. Right? Alphanarzi is not in range to hit the backline, which is good. That's what we want, exactly. Although I am really scared about Daphne, but since we know this is a safe placement now, what we can do instead is move Daphne up here. So she is further away. And what happens when we jump? Down here, for example, he's gonna move. So we're pulling him away to save distance. And now our Daphne is far away as well. The only damage our team is taken is from this ultimate. And it deals so much damage. And also the reason why I said it's important we have Inspiration 3 Tamar is because this way we got extra haste. I don't have great equipment here. So if you could get more haste on Tamar, then you're looking golden because you want to cast Tamar's ultimate before these 2 skills. So she casts buff prohibition so the boss doesn't have that damage. Defense up, basically. Yeah, Guinevere is definitely one of the strongest additions this season. But yeah, my problem here is, look, this ultimate is really killing our squishies. And I didn't make them squishy. I really didn't make them squishy. What I did is I built them with defense and HP. The boss is just doing so much damage. Look at that. So we know Taldi is about to die. And without Taldi, we're losing a lot of shadow generation. So Ozil is going back to his form very soon, as you will see. And when that happens, we die. But that's Inspiration 0 team. I think 226 million for Inspiration 0 team against this boss is pretty solid. Obviously, you know, you don't need Thorin Inspiration 5. But yeah, Tamar as much haste as possible because she is out of this form. So if I show you like, well, I mean, yeah, okay, we lose the skill haste here as well. And if we do that, our skills are, yeah, out of sync. We don't use Puppeteer set here. That's the thing. So if that happens, the only thing we need to do is put this, right? We will lose some damage, but this allows us to keep the 18-second rotation. And with Tamar, we will need like proper runes with skill haste to achieve that. If I remove this inspiration, so if I remove these inspirations, she is now way right out of this. We got this, don't get me wrong, we got that, so in theory it should help. But what I'm worried about is when he hits us at least once with this, then we are going to totally desync. And I have 300 resistance on her. Yeah, this is not the right placement. Sorry, I forgot we need to jump with Ozil. Yeah, and now we jump far away. Right, I need to explain something on the content creator chat. Right, so 218 million. I mean, as I said, that is pretty decent. Now that I removed all these inspirations, let me just quickly take a screenshot of that. Because I will be, as I said, I will be making guides going forward with this. So yeah, it's quite important to have all that data at hand. So let me quickly just mark it. It's inspiration 0. Okay. Shadow inspiration 0. And I had shadow inspiration 5. As I said, I did cover Jaffalia kind of on live stream yesterday. I did manage to finish it all today, but I will keep it for the videos. And I'm still looking for home for Rook, so still looking for a team where Rook can do damage. Okay, so here we are. We know Shadow Team does work, right? So yeah, we don't need to change this equipment. We'll use the other one because it's better. So 253 with this team. So what I'm gonna do is, we know the supports kind of work, right? I'm afraid what happens with the next team that we will do. So I did copy this team already. Well, let's use it and edit lineup. So Shadow goes with the Dauntless team. The Dauntless team should do well here, but the problem with the Dauntless team is 2 melee heroes already. 2 melee heroes already. So we need a really powerful protection for these melee heroes. And when it comes to these supports, there's nothing. No one except Grishnar. No one except Grishnar can protect them. Maybe I'm a little bit not sure. I barely ever use him. Okay. So I don't really know how to play him. But yeah, that's one way. I mean, we can go with 3 heroes, and if we survive, we can switch to 4 heroes. So the way we would play it is, sadly, those 2 heroes will be vulnerable. They will be the ones taking damage. The backline should be safe. Now we just need to think who will be the tank. I mean, yeah, Nastienka definitely could be the tank rather than Guinevere. And I mean, not like tank because we need her with defensive stats. No, nothing like that. It's just we can build her tankier. Grishnar is must-have in Season 3 already for your Guinevere team. So what I'm gonna do here is attack, crit rate, crit damage. Sorry, got distracted there. Oh wow, huh. That's a lot. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can see here. Crit damage, but crit damage, Carnage gloves. There we go. And I always forget how I build them. Crit damage and attack. Yeah, that's more crit rate than we need. So crit damage and attack, but different set. This one don't need crit rate. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't need crit rate. Lose some attack. Okay, that's fine. Just got in stream, so sorry if you've answered already, but do you know by now which 2 teams are best for week 1? Just want to know who to build, talent, so on. David, so far I tested 3 bosses. This is the 4th boss, so there are 2 more bosses that I need to cover. Once I cover all of them, and that's why I want to cover them as soon as, we will have that answer. But for the time being, it's still building. It takes time, because what you guys do on the first week, you focus on 2 teams. I have to build 6 teams and I only have 6 days to do so. Realistically, I only have 2 days because I can't play in the upcoming days. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so since she is going to be the tank, guys, since she is going to be the tank, I am not going to put the above 60% mythic, this one. I need her to survive. So instead, that's the gloves I'm going to use. She is going to be the tank. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wow, already. Oh, that's nice. Guinevere will have to tank as well. There's no other way around it. Oh, wow. Way too much crit rate. Where can I get rid of crit rate? Here. Can go for crit damage and some of those stats. Yeah, looks better. 236, 257 looks good. Farival will be the witch's remain applier. And he will use the emissary set. We need to build him with crit rate. Again, as much crit rate as possible. We don't care about damage coming from him, right? But we want defensive stats as well. We want him to survive. Because we saw that this boss hits like a truck already. We will have Zephy to help, right? Don't get me wrong. Zephy will be here to help. So how do we build Zephy? I think we'll build Zephy with this. We need to dispel. Yeah, we definitely want to dispel. But that's not ideal, if you know what I mean. Hello, Michelle, welcome. Yes, Grishnar will have his own banner, apparently in Season 4 in China, so he will be selectable. Yeah, so I tried, that's the 4th boss I'm trying right now. Okay, and Puppeteer set on him, that makes sense. Just some gloves, really. Now the problem here is we're missing resistance. We're missing a lot of resistance. Can he share resistance? Yes. Oof, that saves us a lot of trouble. Okay, so we need different gloves then. Do we want this? We could try this. Yeah, and we definitely want this as well. We want some kind of dispels. What does his inspirations do? Cool, cool. Skill haste, definitely worth it. And this, yeah, okay. I think this is as far as we need, really, him. But yeah, let's get this guy. Similar. Yeah, we don't need more than +3. Can you check the boss stats? Just click on the boss. There you go. Sorry, I'm back. Right. Where were we? So you wanted to see the stats. Is there a reason for it? You have something on your mind? Okay, so this is our team. Store this. Okay. Now for this to work, we could really change some. This would be really handy, but let's see if we can survive. So timing-wise, I know that this is what's killing us. So how does his ultimate work? Defense to all allies, duration of magic nexus, finale with blue. Right, so if we do 17.5, but that means we can't lose our skill, basically. And again, the problem here will be the dispel. We can't really control the dispel. The duration is 10 seconds, right? So 12 to 22, right? 22 is around here. That's when this will run out. So if we do delay them, and start at around 12, so 18. So let's start at like 16. So those guys can start at like 18.1, 18.2. So this needs to start at 16 as well. All right, let's see what happens here. With this setup. Okay, but I know already what will be the problem. Right, we need to do this. With Zephy, we should be okay to survive. The reason why we want to do that, maybe even like this. No, like this, is to share resistance. Right, we're sharing resistance here. We might even need to put resistance rune. I mean, because Nastienka will get 2 of them. We just don't want them to lose energy. If he steals energy with this ultimate, our combo will not really work. You see, he's doing that, delaying us significantly. Right? So sadly, what we need to do is put a resistance and crit damage runes. And same here. Too much crit rate. I prefer crit damage. Okay, so hopefully now, even if I do this, I mean, she will be taking damage. That's fine. We don't need enlightenment. Oh, well, we kind of we can use enlightenment. Oh, and obviously I forgot to change this. So I need one of this with resistance and accuracy, and it has to be, nope, doesn't happen. So maybe resistance then. There we go. So we need this. And instead of enlightenment, we're gonna use resistance to share even more resistance between those heroes. Puppeteer set. Resistance and accuracy. Right? Oops. With enlightenment. There you go. So what we're achieving now is we got so much resistance. 2 heroes sharing resistance. Right? Him and him. So in theory, we should be resisting all the damage. I mean, not all the damage, but all the ultimate down. We should be resisting that. As you can see, we still get attack penalty, which means despite having such a big resistance, it's not ideal. And the important thing is those 2 ultimates that need to keep us alive. And sadly, we can't really control the dispel, as you can see. Maybe if we could like muff it to mitigate the damage, but hey, we're working. I mean, we're doing... Whoa, it's 280 million already. Oh, wow. How come we die? We should have that damage mitigated. Or does one shot doesn't count? So 16. Or, you know what we can do? Just in case. Yeah, we got defense here. We don't need it. So resistance and skill haste. That's what we need. That's what I was looking for. And let's get this accuracy as well. Some bosses do. I don't think this one does, but we'll see. As long as I get more haste than I need, I should be fine. No, it doesn't say. No, he doesn't counter it. So I think it was just too slow on the cast, or his ultimate energies got removed. Oh, look at that. We got 200 million so fast. But remember, that's Inspiration 5 heroes, right? I'm gonna reduce that, move it to Inspiration 0 as well. Wow, look at that. 339. I mean, I don't think we need Tauren. But that extra resistance maybe helps. Because I can see we are definitely delayed. Like, this rotation is totally different now where I wanted it to be. That's solid. Grishnar here, I'm not using Grishnar here. What makes Grishnar good in the Vortex? You will use him in Vortex in PvP as well, mainly because if you look at his battle skill, it grants ally protection, which is absorb some of the damage taken by the target, and control immunity to the ally with the highest crit damage. So if you build in Dauntless team, you will have a lot of crit damage. And then grants target max HP shield, which is terrible, but you can change it to his max HP. On top of that, the ally will get defense 2 and Grishnar. The best part about this in PvP is it's getting cast at the start of the battle, as you can see. Right? And if you get his Inspiration 1, which is really game-changing, this one, the amount of shield granted by the hero's battle skill is now based on the hero's HP, changing the shield to plus 15 max HP. So instead of target max HP, now it will scale with Grishnar's max HP. And if you're looking at 15% out of 100,000, that's a huge ass shield. Right, sorry, I had a discussion on a content creator channel. I was explaining to them how this set works, because, not this one, because people don't realize that you can have, that you basically boost 3 of these stats, but one hero can even have both of them or even triple if that's the case. Right, sorry, did I take a screenshot of it? Yes. So, Dauntless, Inspiration 5. Let's remove these inspirations and you're gonna see how important these inspirations are, especially for Guinevere. Because even if I remove just Guinevere's inspiration, the damage drop is going to be huge. Oh, no, Grishnar will not be used here. Because Grishnar doesn't really provide us with anything for this boss. For this boss, we need some kind of dispel to remove this annoying defense, right? And we need a lot of resistance. Even with a lot of resistance, I still lose that resistance here. So I think I can improve the timings, but let's run this. I think I need to cast my ultimates before his ultimate. So even if he removes my ultimate points, the damage dealers will still work. Does he remove it? Interesting, I need to have a look at that. Yeah, an accuracy on Zephy because we want to dispel. His battle skill dispels. So look at that, half the damage already because I removed only inspiration of Guinevere. Where is Grishnar? Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm just thinking if it makes sense to use him. Because yes, it's easy to time. But the problem is we can only use it once every 18 seconds. And the boss gains it quite often, right? He's casting this skill 2 times. So we could cast it after the second skill and then do our rotation, which would be easier and it will mitigate the damage as well. No, James Fred. We want to dispel from Alphanergy. See this? 75% chance of dispelling one buff from enemies. This is what we need accuracy for. But Zephy is mandatory here. Without Zephy, I think we will die, but we can replace it with Grishnar. Let's try it. However, I want to do something else first. Let me take a screenshot of these timings. But since he's stealing energy with his ultimate, what if we do this at 15.8, right? Do this at 17.7, so that will need to be at 0.7, and this at 17.8. So that will mean we will be like at the top of our energy, so even if he steals it, we're not suffering much, and this will have to be at 15.7. If you know what I mean, this allows us to have that 18-second rotation on our DPSs. So we're gonna cast our ultimates here before he steals them. Yeah? And that means even if he steals that tiny bit of energy, we should still be able to cast these ultimates, as you can see. Hopefully this will stay for the whole duration of the battle. Okay, the only problem I see is Farival. He is affected by it, but it's easily... The placement of him is kind of wrong. I can place him here and he will get share of the resistance from both of these heroes. And we will also use resistance rune with accuracy and crit rate. Give me that. Well done. Oh no, we missed that accuracy. 2 to 6. I need more accuracy somewhere. Crit rate, accuracy, resistance. Yeah, he's not here to deal damage, right? There we go. So now he's on par with us as well. He's got this extra resistance. Let's try. Okay, looking good. Oh! Why did we die? What happened there? We did survive one fight. Why did we die now? Oh wow, we started dying. No, the boss doesn't steal immortality. It's Zephy who steals the buff. The boss doesn't. He steals ultimate energy. Do we need to move this to 17 then? It's weird because the only thing I changed is the timings really and added resistance to Farival. Didn't change anything else, but we started dying. All right, Zephy is dying. Okay, there's one more thing we can do to fix it because it was working, and that's the beauty of this game. You change one thing and everything falls apart. That's what we can do. So we are sacrificing this resistance here. I'm just gonna keep it on for now. But now we are not taking damage from this on our backline. However, we lost resistance, but I think since we changed these timings, we don't really care about the resistance on our DPS, because even if they got the ultimate stolen, it doesn't matter because it happens at that time where we have enough to keep going. See what I mean? So we can remove the resistance. Nastienka will suffer the attack penalty. Well, nothing we can do about it. But this means we're not taking any unnecessary damage from the battle skills, excuse me, with our backline. Yep, that sorts it. So now we can increase the damage of Nastienka and Guinevere. But I'm gonna keep it this way, because when I record a video, I'm gonna mention that you can play both ways, but this is the safer way, because we can survive. Well, let's just maybe see where we can get this damage, and then we'll try Grishnar as well, for those of you who have Grishnar. Not many do, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so this one, we don't need it, so we'll go instead for attack and crit damage. And I would like attack speed as well. I mean, we're getting a lot of attack speed. Yeah, okay, we're getting defensive stats, and this extra skill haste will help in case he does remove our ultimate energy. Oh, terrible. Yeah, kind of need crit rate, crit damage here on this rune. Preferably with attack. Something with more crit damage. There we go. Yeah, let's try and survive this one more time before we change to Grishnar. I'm gonna go grab some water. Okay, so Guinevere died. Let's repeat this fight. I think I removed necessary defensive stats. Didn't see what happened again. Sorry, I was distracted. What happens? Why is she dying now? Is it just from the battle skill? No, can't jump behind. Wanted to jump behind. Yeah, it's the battle skill that kills her. So I lost too much defensive stats weirdly with that. So this works better. So let's load it with the resistance. So maybe if we actually put defense. Let's try that. Yeah, so definitely need some defensive stats to survive that battle skill. But remember, this is the high inspiration team. So the lower inspiration team will do even less damage. And I've did run that team. No, I didn't actually. Soul Star. So let's run this before we go to Grishnar or someone else. So let's remove all of these inspirations and basically see how much of a difference it is. Because that's important. Obviously, if you are somewhere in between these inspirations, you will have different results, basically. So I'm expecting them to die way, way earlier. My Twitch stream dead again. No, it's on. Okay, 238. That's decent because I saw the Chinese version of the game. The players there didn't really do well against this boss, so dauntless. E0. All right, so let's try with Grishnar then. Oh, Miran, thank you for confirming. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's working or not. Right, cool. So yeah, those of you who are watching on YouTube, please consider pressing the like button. As always, much appreciated. So what happens here? We got alpha 400. I think it was 30. 420, that the highest we've done. So it looks like a solid team, right? So Shadow booted if you have this team on Inspiration 5. But even if not, the Inspiration 0 team did 238, which is similar to what this Inspiration 5 team did. So let's clone it. And let's use it. But edit lineup. And instead of Zephy, let's bring in Grishnar. Right, as you said, it's easier to time, but it's harder to execute. So we need a puppeteer set. So yeah, he is gonna go with this artifact as well. He needs resistance. That's the thing. He needs accuracy and he needs resistance now. So we'll build him with resistance and HP, hopefully accuracy. And can we get puppeteer set like this? Nope. But we can get this. Perfect. Right. There we go. That's a good start. Now we need puppeteer set. With HP, resistance, and accuracy. Resistance and accuracy. Maybe HP. Right, we got enough accuracy now. Okay, so let's focus on HP and resistance. There we go. And just some extra haste just in case. I like it. Good resistance, good accuracy, and we need to change the talent. Right, so I need to remember that when I do the vortex, it's quite important thing. Okay. Sorry, I'm just catching up with all the chats. Quite chatty guys on the content creator chat. And yeah, the only thing that I'll do is I'll remove this inspirations and leave him at inspiration 1 because this is the most important inspiration. I think if you don't have that inspiration, he's not gonna be as good. Why not try? Okay, so once again, we're gonna try inspiration 5. We don't need inspiration 5 on our supports. This guy can be only inspiration 3 just for this extra skill haste to mitigate that. All right, and now the cool thing is, you can actually do something like that. And, sorry, what I was about to say, depending on, right, so how Grishnar works, he's going to give the shield, ally protection, etc. to the one with the highest crit damage. So the highest crit damage, 235, 241, it looks like Guinevere, right? But it's not because inspiration 5, Nastienka gets extra crit damage. So she will be higher crit damage. First shield will go on Guinevere, the other will go to Nastienka. So keep that in mind. So the reason why I'm doing it is because we will protect Guinevere. We need to protect Guinevere anyway because we need her to be immune to the attack penalty, really. So what we're gonna do here is the same timings, and now we can time that, right? Oh, guys. Oh, no, we can't use Grishnar. Because if we use Grishnar, the boss's rotation will be longer than 20 seconds. we will steal 30% of the ultimate energy. Or no. Ah, there's a way around it. So if we do 18 seconds, and then ensure there's no defense penalty when we cast our ultimates around. No, but that's gonna happen if I do it this way. But what I can do instead is go with 18 seconds. Let's see. That's my only worry, really. Hey, that looks good. 18-second rotation. And we're ensuring that there is no defense penalty when we cast the ultimates. We got a short window of damage though. You know, Zephy gives us this extra if he can do 2 battle skills and dispel twice, right? Because we're only doing this damage for a couple seconds. Maybe we can... I'm afraid there's another thing I can try. No, Grishnar won't work. We're getting demolished by the ultimate. Unless that's because we need to make him at 17.8 too. But if I do that, he will take away the ultimate energy. Yeah, you saw that, right? So now the boss rotation is more than 18 seconds. And everyone is desynced. So another thing we can do is, instead, we will steal the energy at exactly 12 seconds. So like 12.1. But this doesn't remove the second. So that's the issue. We don't really want to go below 18-second rotation. That's where our damage is. Let's see if this works. No, it will not work. Sadly, Grishnar will not work because he steals that ultimate energy. And we don't really want to change the rotation to 20 seconds. But there's another team we can try for Alphanergy, okay? So we tried the two teams that really benefit from the attack speed at the moment. So what else we can do is, right, and let's switch things around. No, don't save. Edit lineup. So another team that does benefit a lot from the attack speed is the Shadow team. And the best part with this team is we can use pretty much the same setup here, but we don't need Ogok. Sorry, we don't need Torin. We can use this one, and she's got buff prohibition in attack penalty, right? So she's quite handy. I'm gonna use Zephy for the time being, just to ensure this makes sense and works. We might still need Zephy just for this immortality, but maybe we don't, and we can bring someone else that will boost the damage. But immortality comes in handy, because you obviously want the immortality for what's it called? For your, which one was it? This one. You want immortality for Dauntless team. So yeah, I can basically do this. Sync. I continue syncing. Okay, and we got all the sets. We're gonna have Lil Vanis as a tank. Everyone else in the back. Get him to +3. What artifact can we put on him? Well, what we can do is, no, she needs accuracy anyway. So on him, we can put this. And when he resists attack penalty, we will do extra damage. But now he's missing accuracy to remove anything. Right. Centralize, we're in that. Is there any other valid option, really? I mean, alright, there is one way we can do it. So he will have that artifact back. And she will have Horn. That just means we need to put accuracy rune with double attack. Give her as much attack as possible. And maybe get some... That's triple accuracy already, okay. Attack, accuracy, puppeteer set. Go. And same here, attack, accuracy. There we go. Looking good. And if we can survive that, this will make sense. The timings for this team, I have no idea. So obviously this one, we will do it at 20... Yeah, we need to do it. 23.5. It's good. 17 here. Makes sense. Bernate will start around 10, 18. And we want to make sure we hit with ultimate before the boss hits with his ultimate, because this will reduce the damage. But the main issue is the boss will steal our ultimate energy, which is annoying. And again, not much we can do about it. Unless we give him some... Like, can I have this one, but with resistance? Accuracy. Yes, well done. Okay, some accuracy. Sorry, some resistance. So he's sharing resistance here. 3, no, can't do that. Yeah, okay, let's try. Good afternoon, Rhapsody Lee. Nice to see you too. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're out of sync. Significantly. Grenade is out of sync. Okay, so we don't really need like enlightenment here. We don't need accuracy on him as well. Because we don't need that dispel. So instead I'm gonna get more resistance. But I need skill haste. Okay. Come on. Don't need enlightenment. Give me resistance, skill haste and resistance, and whatever rune. I mean, what's the point then? If I had that rune with skill haste, accuracy, and resistance, where I lost only one. Oh no, but I lost a lot of resistance. Come on. Not enlightenment. There we go. Perfect. Resistance. Resistance. HP defense. Resistance. I've been streaming 1.5 hours, and the only thing you missed really is few fights against Alphaner Z boss. I've been trying to get him down basically. 50 resistance, perfect. And resistance here. Because we're sharing this resistance, so everyone around him will have more resistance, which is handy. And same here, as I said, we need accuracy and resistance on her. Attack and accuracy. Attack and accuracy. Here we can get some resistance, accuracy, attack. And a mythic. There we go. So yeah, I'm testing different bosses right now, trying to find the best bosses. Yeah, she's fine. She's got some resistance as well. So let's see, as long as Bernade doesn't get pushed back by this ultimate, we should be cooking. She did. Actually, everyone is pushed. Hey, let's see where we can get. Yeah, I feel like we don't need Zephy. Although, that's a lot of damage we're taking. I'm afraid without Zephy we might just die. Yeah, because our HP is low. But if we don't trigger, and that attack penalty, it's so annoying. Oh yes, we did trigger that at 30%, that's fine. But no one is like at a 0 HP, so we can definitely adjust it. Oh yes, Rhapsody, I read that and I am gutted. That's really bad. 10% is huge. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna... 250... No, I'm not gonna even talk about this team, really. That was the idea, really, use this team here. Because we know this works. I want to try this. So this team, but instead of her, We're gonna bring in Zephy. Right, Zephy. Because the issue with this team was, the team was dying. Oh. Timing. Okay, and Zephy's got Puppeteer because he kind of needed. And he should be below 82nd rotation as well. Cool. Okay, let's do this. So with this team, we need to jump. After this. Bang. So when she possesses us, we're gonna jump to the back. And now no one will take damage from the battle skills. Just from the ultimate. So since they are very squishy, that's why I wanted to have that. However, the problem is with Daphne, when she jumps in, she's missing on that buff. So yeah. Okay, so this solves the issue with Taldi dying and Daphne dying. Still, the damage is low. I mean, even Summon Team did better, but it's just not worth pointing out Summon Team here. Maybe, why not? So 274, is it more than I did previously? Shadowy 5. Yeah, 20 million more. So I'll take it. And I mean, with this team, do we even need him? Like, we could probably play four Shadow Heroes. Shadowy 5. Shadowy 5. Place this. Okay, cool. So let's see how this team looks without this inspiration on Ozul. Well, the endgame boss is a single target, so... Oh, I didn't jump. Right, if I don't jump, they will be targeted by the battle skill. I believe, very close to anyway. better jump to be safe. Bang, bang, bang. Doesn't cost you much, and then just keep going. You haven't seen the end game of Season 3? Yeah, there were a few videos from the Chinese version of the game. I think they moved, what's his name? Ascetius. So instead of having Abyssal Losses, we're gonna fight against Ascetius, which is not bad. But yeah, look at this. So this is a lower inspiration. This is inspiration 0, and this team is doing rather good, I would say. For an inspiration 0, there's no much difference between inspiration 0 and inspiration 5. 20 million difference. Huge. So those of you who have Ozul, this might be something you want to consider against this boss if you don't have high-end Dauntless team. 233 with this inspiration 0. Pretty solid, guys. Pretty solid. And I mean, we could even try and improve this team. Inspirations Shadow, inspiration 0. Because maybe we don't really need Tauren. So why do we use Tauren? We use Tauren for this set. Some extra healing, etc. But what if? And yeah, I wonder if that will work. So what if we copy this team? Oh, sorry. So what was the highest damage we've done here? Dauntless, Shadow E5, 274. Alpha, 274. Obviously, you're gonna see all of these teams later on, so don't worry if you missed something. Right, but maybe someone doesn't have Zephy, so I'll show that this team as an alternative. I like to have them ordered. Okay. So we got that 253 to 7420, and now I want to copy this team and use it. I always forget to use it. Then edit the lineup and bring another shadow hero. So this will allow us to get aura as well. But the problem is the resistance on this fella. He needs to resist. Otherwise we're screwed. But yeah, hopefully it will be all good. So since we don't really need any of the sets, we're gonna go full damage with her. Attack, crit rate, crit damage. However, since we don't really have any way to heal her, she needs to go with this set. The reason for that is Daphne is helping Ozul to heal. She doesn't really have anything helping her. Oh yeah, obviously. Wait, oh yeah, test server stuff, guys. Look, I have crit damage gloves with crit damage. That's the test server stuff, but only the ones that they gave us early on. And we're gonna go with crit damage, crit rate, and some defense. There we go, perfect. Okay, crit rate, crit damage, some defense. Defense is a really good stat. Maybe here. No. So crit damage, defense HP, something like that. Oh, wow. Right, I just need crit rate now. Crit rate, HP, crit damage. That's the same. Okay, HP. Defense then. There we go. Crit damage, crit rate, and defense. Here we go. And attack, crit damage, defense. Okay, that's looking solid. Oh, nope. Save the plan. Okay, and she needs to run from the back so Daphne possesses Ozil. That's very important. And just no timing on the pet. Okay. So let's try it. All right. And just to make it fun, I'm gonna jump with Asphalta. No, actually good. If Asphalta stays where she is only getting hit. Right, can we make it? Okay, we need to change equipment on Daphne and on Taldi for this to work. Because they're not healing, as you can see, right? Everyone else is healing, but they're not. So we need that. And we need also healing on... Do we, though? Do we need healing on Taldi when we always will have that ultimate? He will be at low HP, but he will not die. Oh, and this is Inspiration 0 team as well. They need to add an option to level multi-gear to 20 in one click. Yes. On test server, something like that should be possible. Just one press and everything is leveled up. I have so much gold. But yeah, look at this. Perfect. That's what we wanted. We don't need His Majesty Thorin. Oh, we died. But that's at the end, and we still did more damage. So that's good, right? Okay, so I hit Asphalta with Inspiration. That's fine. Let's adjust. So yeah, we don't need to change their equipment. They should be okay. Let's upgrade them to Inspiration 5 again. and see how much damage we can do. We got the attack aura now, which helps. And the strategy here is new strategy. We need to jump with Ozul behind. So when we jump behind and Asphalta stays here, I think Asphalta is avoiding a lot of battle skill damage because he can only hit in front and he's hitting Ozul. So yeah, the thing that we missed though, and is annoying, is the attack penalty. We don't dispel attack penalty on Ozul. So we're losing slightly the damage there. If we could do the same with Nastienka, if we could jump behind, this would save us a lot of trouble. The best part is we done exactly the same damage we did with Thorin. So this attack penalty on Ozul is annoying. That's basically why having... Yeah, that's why we'll stick with Thorin, because it's obviously easier than having Inspiration 5 Asphalta, right? Exactly the same damage, so we'll keep it this way. And I'm not sure if there is anyone else in this damage, well, from this damage schools that does benefit from attack speed. Oh yeah, there was one more team I wanted to try, guys. So... Where are you? Okay. So let's find a home for the rat, right? Did you try that Chinese server team using is Daisatarian? I did try that and it didn't work for me. There must be something that I'm missing because it didn't work for me. I did less damage than with normal Lilvanis team. So I'll probably have to revisit this team at the end of the series. So once I got all the bosses covered, I will revisit it, because if I focus on it, I might not work it out because something has been changed on the global compared to the Chinese version of the game, if you know what I mean. Okay. So let's use this team. Okay, let's not even change anything. Just proper placement, right? So... because if I start changing the talents, etc., so for example, if I go here and change the talents, then I need to remember that I need to change these talents back when I do temporal vortex. And that reminds me, see guys, since I've been doing it, let's revert this change since it's fresh in my mind, right? So the team with the Grishnar didn't work. We need the AoE pet as well, just the timings. Okay, there is a short window. So if we look at this, 12, 22. So 22 is where this... but then there's this attack penalty. All right, sorted. So what we do is 17.5 for protection, damage reduction, and this. We need resistance to really do that. So that sucks. And then she dispels all debuffs, right? So what she can do is... we want to dispel first before we extend debuffs, which sucks in this case. I guess we'll have to do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cast this at 18 point... I said 22, didn't I? 22. So we need to cast this at around... that won't be enough. Something like this. To avoid that, because we don't have any dispel, right? That means we cast this at 20. And every 18 seconds, we don't have enough resistance to pull it off. That's the problem, okay? So I know this is not gonna work, but I want to see how much damage we can do. Oh no. Whisk goes invincible. No way. Yeah, he's still in our ultimate. That won't work. Our rotation is just bad. But let's see. I mean, nah, let's not even see. It's not worth it. I know this is not gonna work. I mean, they did this team in the Chinese version of the game. They did move like resistance and stuff, but there's no point really. We know what works for this boss. So that's 4 bosses covered now. And I think that will be me finished with the stream for today, guys. That was quite good stream, I'm not gonna lie. We finished this boss. There's only 2 bosses left. And hopefully I'll be able to do them tomorrow. I'm not sure how that will play out, but yeah, I'll need to try my best and get them done. So yeah, once again, thank you all for staying with me today. when it comes to the videos, I will release these videos in the upcoming days. They will be first available for the members of the channel. So the membership starts at $1 really. And it's just to show the appreciation to those who have been supporting me for many months. They will have access to these videos earlier, but all of the videos will be available to the public as well on the day the first Continental Challenge boss is basically open, so everyone can watch and decide what they want to build. They will be releasing daily, basically. I don't want to like overwhelm the YouTube with like 6 videos at once. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And yeah, as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So stay safe. Bye.